Well, good morning to you. I'm Mac. I buy old records, and I'm out once again trying to find those elusive and sometimes not so elusive rare records, scarce records, or common records that are in demand that I can sell. Sometimes I keep them too, certain kinds. Going out to a flea market, going to hit it real good. I hope I hit it real good. I always do. I'll be out there in probably a little less than an hour. Don't have to stop for gas or coffee. I'm already wired with a couple of good cups at the house. My gas tank's relatively full. All I want to do is find some records. Sorry for the Hollywood look here. Gotta wear shades as it is severe bright out here. Anyway, I'm not trying to be aloof or anything. I'm just a man of the people. You know that. Yeah, so if you get inspired to start doing this, a couple of things. A lot of people have watched me over the years, not on video, just knowing me and such, and thought, well, I'm going to get into this too. It don't last. You've got to learn your stuff. You've got to know your subject. You've got to know record grading. You've got to know odd things about your records that you're looking for, variations. You've got to amass some knowledge before you're going to get good at this. Occasionally, you're going to be like the blind hog that finds the acre, and you'll snuffle it down and think, fantastic, I found a great record and sold it well. But if you go mail order on this and you don't know your grading, you're going to get back a whole lot of records returned and get a lot of negatives on your record, and that's no good. You don't go into something like this willy-nilly. For instance, I've got a passing knowledge of how comic books are graded and such like that. But I would never get into it at this point as a dealer, as somebody knowledgeable, because there's so many nuances involved in knowing what to look for, what to deal with, who to deal with, and there's a lot of undeclared, what would you call it, repair to comics and such that can really make it look better and ruin the value. Records, you don't really get so much of that. Records should be cleaned. Stickers should be removed when possible. That's all cool. But you got to know what you're doing. That's just the basic thing. Be inspired. Start checking out things. Write me if you need some advice. Be careful. One time case in point, had a guy call me. He said he had some records, and so I drove about 50 miles and met him in a parking lot of an antique place. He pulls up in a Jaguar. Well, look at this. Gets out, and he's wearing, I kid you not, a suit. First thing he says is, I am a picker. Well, high-class picker. Cool. The man just exuded snobbery. He had also been watching a whole lot of I guess Lifetime or Education Channel or whatever that is, History Channel. He had been watching the picker shows and Storage War things and all that. He had OD'd on that stuff. So he shows me his trunk of treasures, and I'm going through this. Pick out a little stack. He looks at me and he goes, that will be $100. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the Paramount of Mississippi Jailhouse Grown by Rube Lacey. That was in beautiful E+ shape. E+ is just a step below mint minus. I rarely ever grade things above E+ because under sunlight or a 2,000 watt blazing sun lamp, you're going to find some tiny flaw. He called me once more later. Didn't have anything, and he was perplexed. Well, I picked these records. Why aren't they worth anything? You got to know your subject. Then he was out of the business. So, first of all, don't drive a Jag around if you're going to be doing this full time, because they drink gas for the most part. I get about 25 to 26 miles per gallon in my Element. It'll hold 8 to 10,000 records easily, overloaded a bit. It's at 223,000 miles, give or take. Doesn't use oil. That's fine. I'll drive it till the wheels fall off, or if I get distracted and wreck the thing out. So be inspired. but you got to do things right, and you got to learn your subject. And you can translate this to something else. If you want to collect antique dreidels, do that if you know it already. If you know a subject very well, concentrate on that subject. Mine is records. Yours might be comic books. It might be coins. It might be gas station signs. A lot of cool stuff out there. Watch out for counterfeits. They exist in records as well. Know your conditions. Know how to grade. Know what the things are worth. And know how to keep a freaking poker face when you uncover a holy grail. Well, I've made it to the flea market. How's it going?
It's going. How about yourself?
Oh, it could be worse. Any records lately?
No, I do not. I sure don't.
I'll keep checking with you. Thank you.
Do that. I've got some in there, but I think you picked over them.
I think so. I'm pretty sure I have.
I haven't had any new ones in a while.
All righty. So yeah, there's a possibility of having thousands, or at least in the high hundreds, vendors out in this place. It's one of the biggest flea markets I think that's ever drawn a breath. I'll go over here and hit this shop first, and then we'll start hitting all the individual vendors. Not all of them. Some I know to avoid. Okay, here's the record room of this place, but I can usually look and tell if I've seen a pile before. I'm pretty sure I've seen all of these in the past. Yeah, I actually recognize, and they're pretty much in the same piles they were the last time I was here, which has been a little bit. Yeah, I'll have to play that one now. See what we're looking at. You'll think I'm missing things, but I'm not. I forgot to turn my camera on, but I found one by, it's Frankie Avalon. Oh no, it's got a horrible scratch. Well, that was cool. Found one interesting 45. Don't know if it'll translate to money. I bet it will, though. You just got to keep optimistic about going to places like this, because things will turn up no matter how long you might have a dry spell. Got some here to look through. Forgive my bad panning. I'm still getting used to this neck rack that I'm wearing. It's like one of those harmonica racks that I wear when I'm playing harmonica Frank songs. Although Frank never did use a rack. I'm not that much a master yet. There we go. Get this thing setting right. Now I'm a flippin' fool.
Yeah, you better be selling some stuff. Yeah.
No. No. And now let's play a few, see what they are. I'm never completely happy with whatever turntable I bring. This one does have the advantage of playing 78s, but you have to set it up instead of just being able to play immediately. I don't know. $1 each. Might as well get that one. It's kind of scratched up. I might look that one up in a little bit. think Rod Bernard, Straight Country. Yeah. Yep. So, just one, it looks like. More records to look through. Nothing yet. Ojos Españoles, Spanish Eyes. Oh, okay. Nah, not a rocker. Sometimes I'll find really good Latin rockers. Some of them are the best things you'll ever hear. Ooh, the Earth Boys doing Space Girl. Sounds like a movie, don't it? Some records you'll see 1,000,000 times. Earl Henry, I think that's good. In fact, I know it is. Oof, Copenhagen Farewell. I know that's going to be the wrong thing. Little Eva on Spring. At $1, I'll risk that. Okay, let's get these paid for. I found a handful of records so far, all of them at $1 each. That's not much to gamble. I didn't even play the last ones. I just have a feeling they're going to be good. Always look for LPs, because where there's LPs, there's rolling pins. Something my mom used to always tell me. It's neat whatever you can find here at the flea market. Old guitars, old toys, just all sorts of stuff. One time saw a really cool complete 1800s embalming kit. And I got to thinking to myself, I'm going to need that someday. But I had to pass it by. Fortunately, I haven't needed it. That took me forever to get through that first long gazebo. It was pretty good. I think I've got some all right records. Certainly worth more than I think the, $6 that I ended up paying for them all. Maybe $5, I can't remember what I've got. Life's short, so's my short-term memory. What I'm going to do is go on down to the far end, make sure a few key dealers who are good about bringing me things show up. I think my main guy did not. But hopefully Dave has shown up. I will probably see him wandering around. If not, I'll give him a call. So there are some hazards to this gig, especially here at the flea markets. One of them is heat prostration. Literally, I've had heat stroke once in my life, back in '01. Never again, I said. Heat does bother me worse as a result. Not going to be a problem today since it's about 46. Other problem is having 2 left feet, trick knee and a trick ankle. I tend to fall a lot. But I'm stone cold sober. Hopefully that'll be a factor. Holding a camera and walking is not going to help that out any. So, as long as I don't fall and break a record, I'm okay. If I fall and hurt my leg, I'll just walk it off. Well, I'm at the indoor part. This is an oasis in the summertime because it's got water fountain, bathroom, and air conditioning. It's okay in the winter too, when it gets too cold, but it's comfortable today. Well, cool. I see Dave over there. And there's Paul. Hey guys.
What's happening?
Y'all are on video.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm with the feds now. Y'all are in deep, deep trouble. I got records going on you back 8 years now.
They've been looking for me. I found him.
Yeah. We're going to black over his eyes so the feds don't know who he is. This is Dave. I've been buying records from Dave for a long time, and he's reasonable and always finds neat stuff. Look at this. This is weird. You got the Gene Summers?
Yeah.
This is the third one I found this week. I found one that wasn't all in good shape, autographed by him.
Good God.
But it's a 50s autograph, so that's neat. And then I found another one about this shape, and here's a third. But Gene lives only 10 miles from me, so
wow.
I'll go have him autograph that bad boy. Oh, that is cool.
Some of this come out of storage, so it might have been stuff. I mean, I don't know. Some of this stuff could have been something you've looked at a few years ago.
Oh, cool. Oh, you found some of your own storage. That's neat.
Yeah. This is one of his few that.
I'll play it and
decent.
see.
I mean, it books kind of good. It sells okay. But,
yeah, and
the stuff are not. But anyway,
Northern Soul people have picked up on that one.
you decide for yourself.
Heck yeah. Well, you've got a lot of weird labels here. That's my main thing. Dave knows my strange and eclectic taste. Happy Jose, ching, ching, ching. Well, we have to play and see what that is. I bet it's one of those
Just the strange label.
Yeah. Well, I've got a little stack there to look at.
Other vendor pass, so I can talk over.
Really? When will he be here?
He just showed up.
Oh, Rich. Oh, I thought you said Ricky. Wow, a lot of cool things. Wow, you got a bunch of small label weirdness here to play. That's good. One of my other key vendors, Ricky, has not shown up. I think he was worried about the weather. So, maybe he'll show up Friday. I don't know if I'll be here Friday. Probably not. What are you eating? Protein bars? Let's get a zoom in on that. Oh, cool, cool. Lucky Plank. I wish I could find his other record. I like Cajun records. They're just a lot of weird, cool stuff to play. Pink pedal pushers. Yeah, I know I've seen a lot of these before, but
They look kind of familiar, but
yeah, I
just threw them in there. I just tried to make a pile. I said, well, whatever.
It don't hurt to look again. Because for years, a long time ago, I would just ignore soul records. Didn't like it. Wouldn't have anything to do with it. Well, shoot. That stuff's some of that's worth money. And then I actually got to where I liked it. I found one, in fact, the other day by Curtis Lee. It's beat up, water damage, but plays great. Yep, this one's on one called Coda, C-O-D-A. Man, I looked it up and screeched. There was one that had sold, mint for $1,000.
Wow.
And this, like I say, this one's G plus at best. But man, if I can get a couple of hundred, I'm happy. So that's a label I like, Excello. And that one turns up a lot, and they're always worn. Yeah, and most of it's good. I don't know that I've heard a bad Excello record.
Mostly good soul stuff.
Yeah, that soul and blues, a little rockabilly too. Now that's it for your 45s, is it?
Yes, it is.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and play through these. Dave's a busy man. I ain't going to eat up much of his valuable time.
I've got a... She's got my number, and I live down the road from her, so...
A little bit warped.
Few of those yellow labels.
Oh, I hope so. I found two of those things this last week.
You got red?
I found two of those things this last week. Two Elvis Sons. Yeah, it was good. I found one down in Teague for $2. Mystery Train. Beautiful. Teague. I went down there and hadn't been out there in years. I was so happy.
Refresh my memory.
Oh, 10 miles west. You go down to Fairfield and you go west till you smell it.
I know, okay, yeah.
And then a mile south until you're in it. Ray Doggett. That's his teen effort. Ray Doggett did two good rockabillys early, though. A little rough, unfortunately. There's Shimmy Shimmy Walk Megatons. It was a minor hit. That's Billy Lee Riley.
Oh my.
It is. Well, even...
I can't wait till this Ricky.
Oh, I think it'll freak him out. Well, it's not bad for Larry Bird's song. Deutsch rock and roll. Oh, okay, I know what that is. There's one real rare one on that Dearborn label, sadly. What is this? Wow, that's really bad. Wow. That is honestly one of the worst things I've heard. Putting a kid in front of a microphone. Nope,
that was before American Idol.
Ooh, yeah. My batteries are cutting. Now that's... it's fairly beat, but maybe that'll clean up. Country music. It's almost one of those nearly records. Oh, thank you. That's a lucky plank you did one insanely perfect rockabilly record about 10 years before that, but teen, but it's not good teen. So I found some cool stuff there with Dave. He always brings good stuff, prices it reasonably. Sorry, I had to scratch my head there. This arm's taken up with my record player. I always carry you around a battery-powered record player. It pays dividends. It takes the guesswork out of what the record might be. Sometimes I found records that looked like they were going to be the hottest rockabilly thing on earth, and then I play them and it's a polka or something. Alternately, I'll find something that says so-and-so with orchestra. I'll play it and it's a rockabilly record. So you got to get out there, find you a battery-powered player. These that you buy at Target, they fall apart real easy. They're not really that good. They cut out when the batteries get the slightest bit low. But they do take the guesswork out, so I'll keep it. I have a Big Bird player in the car, but it's given me troubles. I had a great Big Bird player for 15 years. And I left it on the roof of my car once in Oklahoma City while I was loading up a nice treasure trove of 45s. I got 3 miles down the road on Old 66, that legendary highway, before it fell off into traffic and it died. That's the third time that happened, but that's the one time that I couldn't put it back together again. Poor little old Humpty Big Bird. So I'm going to walk around a bit more, see what all's here. It's a real light turnout, but that's okay. I've got a little bag full of 45 records. Some have value. Most probably won't have much, but I've only spent less than $50. Well, here's some more. I thought I was just about done. I think that's good. Guy Willis and his Oklahoma Wranglers. It's a little too rough though. Some records you can sell in terrible shape, even with cracks in them. Some records, not so much. Ooh, that looks cool. Bet it's not. We'll play it and see though. Everything about the record screams that it's good, but I'm suspicious. People see us everywhere. I like Conway Twitty. I don't care who knows. Merrill Moore. Okay, maybe. Merrill was a piano pounder before Jerry Lee was around, and he did some neat proto-rocking things and some neat outright rocking things. My fingers don't work well in the cold, but we're going to make this work. Oh, that looks so cool. It's going to be straight country though, from the 60s, but just what a gorgeous label. I've never heard it, but just that's my guess. Okay, let's play a few, see what we've got. See if maybe they'll sell that record box as well. Wish this thing were a little more convenient, but it plays 78s as well, even though I haven't had to play a single one today. Just a 60s instrumental. Yeah, it's handy as can be. Takes all the guesswork out. Oh, Merrill Moore, he could pick a piano.
Yeah.
Get the proper sleeve for that one. Joey James and his Skylarks. It's exactly as I thought. Polka. Oh. Oh, they're polkas. That's what I was afraid of. Beautiful record, too. But, now if that had been a rockabilly record, my goodness. But, let's play this one now. Oh my, that's awful. Well, there was a Bill Lawrence who did some rocking stuff. That's not him. So I've ended up with one okay record. So it was all right. I've got maybe half a box of the 45 records. Didn't find any 78s. Happens that way. I'm going to hit places on the way back. Let's go. I'm not done yet. It's just 11:30. I've only been here a little over 2 hours. Walked it all out. Probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles of walking. That don't do me any bad stuff at all. That's always good for me. I need exercise. Back on the 2-lane blacktop, or gray and blacktop. Apparently they've done some work to the road, trying to improve it. Give it a few months, it'll be back to the way it normally is. We're going to head north, hit Highway 80, hook them back towards civilization. I actually prefer the wilds, but I got to go home at some point. But there's lots of small towns I'm going to go through now. Like and subscribe, don't forget. Just made an unscheduled right turn away from civilization. Saw a sign that said estate sale. May turn out to be an old sign from last week, or may turn out to be a decent place that has, if not records, then just cool stuff. Estate sales are great. Somebody passes on or gets long in the tooth and all their stuff gets sold, and wow, Stuff you can just only dream about sometimes surfaces. So we're officially in East Texas now. I have found good things in this little area. Last year I found a 78 RPM on Fuller Records by Playboy Fuller. Gonna play my guitar. Blues record, slide guitar, sloppy as can be. And Playboy was challenging Muddy Waters to a cutting contest of playing slide guitar. And the prize was going to be Muddy Waters' woman. Don't know if Muddy even heard the record, much less took him up on his offer. But I'm still looking for that estate sale, and there's a sign pointing back in the other direction, so let's go that way. We're going to do a U-E right here. Well, I accomplished my U-turn without killing myself or anybody else. Here comes that sign saying estate sale. You'll see right over the top of my little bear there. There it is. Boom. So let's look for it together, shall we? Anyway, got a couple grand for that 78. It was sitting for $7 in a guy's estate sale in the middle of a bunch of Fair and Young 78s. Now, I like Fair and Young, the singing sheriff. Hello, Walls. He was a great country singer. But I really much prefer finding Playboy Fuller on Fuller Records. There's just a handful of copies known, and they're pretty much all beat up. So, yeah, I did well that day. Okay, I did not see the aforementioned estate sale. That was either a really old sign, maybe from last weekend or something. I'm going to pull in here and see if this flea market's open. And, or maybe it was somebody like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre trying to get me to show up to their little shop, and there's somebody with a skin mask and a sledgehammer. Either way, I didn't go. Didn't find it. Even if they were waiting on me with the skin mask and sledgehammer, they didn't make their place known or visible. So enough of that foolishness. You know, I don't think the flea market... let's go over there and see. Well, this one's obviously closed. Now we're going to get back on Highway 80. I'm going to pass another one of those lying estate sale signs. Not falling for that again. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, don't be surprised. So we're pulling up to the next town. Maybe there'll be something here. Here's a musical interlude. One of my own stupid things called Tattered Hearts. Maybe 15-20 seconds of it. Suffer.
When I'm all alone, the teardrop starts. I can't be left alone with this tattered heart. Why did I get stuck by Cupid's star? I'm all alone here with my tattered heart. Now I'm still alive, I'll never know.
Yeehaw! Oh wait, we're getting to the good guitar part. Fernando Coto's on lead guitar. Dig it. Oh yeah. Okay. Looks like the thrift shop is having a sale, and I can see the sign from here, and it says closing sale. Well, that's no good. I want them to stay open. I've found a good record or two here before in the past. Not much, but, you know, I hate to see a place close down. Unless they really need to close down, and this ain't one of those places. It's a good place. Bought a few good shirts in here, too. Well, nothing at all. They're going out of business. Hopefully something else will pop up in their place. And that's just the nature of the business. Well, let's do the next small town boogie here. So anyway, I'm going to pull off at this place just up ahead. Check it out. No luck there, but I handed out my business card. So maybe when he gets a batch of records in, he'll give me a call. Ooh, train. Come out to another place that has had records in the past. Looks like they've moved things around, which is a very good indication that maybe things have come in that I haven't seen before. Been coming here for years, so we'll just see what's here. Lots of 45s. I do suspect I've seen most of these, but we're going to find out. What is the flip side? Sometimes these old silver tones are almost impossible to read. In fact, I'm going to turn off the camera and turn on the flashlight. That ought to help. Well, nothing in the 45s was new, so I doubt I'll find anything here. Maybe I'll find something that's non-record centric. That's quite all right. If I pick up every known record just in one trip, then that kind of leaves me with nothing to do for the next 20 years. Well, I guess I'm probably done for the day. I don't know of any other place I can really check, unless I hit a weird estate sale or something like that. It's been a fruitful day. I found some things. A few things I can sell. I'll go through them when I get home, look them all up, etc. I don't think I've got any killers with me, but not every day can be, feast, but it's not famine either. I mean, once I did a trip where I drove 800 miles, came back with absolutely nothing, and that was the luck of the draw. But that's been a long time ago. Things have been steady, and every now and then I'll hit that holy grail that just makes me happy to be alive here on planet Earth. Sometimes you just don't want to get out of bed, though. Like and subscribe. Catch me later, Gator.